Imagine you are a teacher in an active shooter situation at a school, and you come face to face with the shooter. What do? Students and teachers are not very well able to protect themselves as well as they could be in the event of a shooting. Sandy Hook and Columbine are two terrible and horrible events that most everyone in the United States are aware of. Unfortunately, it seems like school shootings are becoming more and more common across the country. These mentally ill and troubled people are attacking defenseless adults and children with various kinds of weapons. And while there are protections in place to prevent them, such as armed guards and gun-free school zones, they are still happening and people are still being killed. One good way of preventing these school shootings from happening is to arm teachers. Qualifying teachers should be allowed to carry concealed firearms. Lately, there has been an increase of shootings, and people are not adequately prepared to prevent or stop them from happening. In addition, schools allowing teachers the use of concealed firearms under the law will better prepare them to save lives. And while people that are in these situations don't know when or if they will ever occur, not many are well prepared if they do. Some think that it could never happen to them or in their area, and they're not adequately prepared. And while some fight back, protect themselves and others, they still don't completely stop it from ever happening. These teachers are often left completely defenseless in the event of a sudden attack when they just don't know what's going to happen. And even those who do attempt to stop them using the school preparedness provided by the school and the school board can't discourage it from ever happening in the first place. And according to Nadia E. Nedzel's 2014 journal, Concealed Carry, the Only Way to Discourage Mass School Shootings, while tackles disarmed 3 of the 23 assailants from 2010 to 2014, no method prevents or discourages them from happening to start with. And as mentioned by a NRA safety instructor, a shooter with a semi-automatic weapon can fire around 1 bullet per second, which, depending on the response time of local authorities, can end up equating to about several hundred rounds, depending 4 to 6 minutes. Evie Blad says 1 in 5 school police officers say that their school isn't prepared to handle an active shooter situation. In her article for edweek.org titled Ready for Shooter, 1 in 5 police officers say no. This is only in regards to schools that actually have an armed guard system in place. And these limited methods are only allowed, or the only ones allowed, because of schools and federal laws under the U.S. normal law. And they do not allow teachers to have concealed carry weapons on school property. They don't have a good enough chance against school shooters with the current methods they have. And teachers are not allowed to carry firearms into school zones because of the 1990 Federal Gun-Free School Zones Act, as stated in Nadia E. Nedzel's 2014 journal, Concealed Carry, the Only Way to Prevent Mass School Shootings. And according to RAND.org in the 2017 article, The Effects of Gun-Free Zones, gun-free zones could serve as more attractive targets to potential violent criminals or mass shooters. This is because perpetrators will feel that they are less likely to encounter armed resistance in these areas. This means that they are at a higher risk than areas that are not gun-free zones. The best way to prepare teachers for school shootings is to arm the right people. The simple solution to preventing these school shootings is to prepare teachers to defend themselves adequately and allow them to receive the proper training and to carry a concealed firearm if they want to. This would give teachers in schools a much better chance of stopping a school shooter. A lot of people already carry concealed firearms for the purpose of self-defense, and in order to do this, the individuals have to undergo training and background checks to become licensed in the first place. And prepare teachers with firearms and firearms training in safety and effectiveness with a weapon are likely to serve as deterrent for potential school shooters. The fact that a potential shooter is aware of armed teachers but not aware of who specifically is armed would decrease the likelihood of an attack in the first place. And in order for this to even make a difference, there first needs to be a change in schools as far as the law and gun-free zones themselves. The first step to allowing teachers to defend themselves and others in a school is for the school to try to amend the law. As I previously stated, the gun-free school zones do not allow individuals to carry firearms onto school property. However, individuals who are concealed carry licensed and have licenses are allowed to leave their firearms locked in their vehicles in school parking lots, but only if they are licensed concealed carry individuals. However, if the law were changed and schools allow those individuals who are properly licensed to keep their firearms on them, they could actually be affected in these situations. Another part of the same law states that it is illegal to discharge a firearm in a school zone. But if it were changed, concealed carry laws already allow for licensed individuals to use their weapons in self-defense or deadly force if deemed necessary by a court. And so, in conclusion, I believe that teachers who are willing and legally able and qualified can help prevent and stop mass shootings by carrying concealed firearms. Moreover, the law should amend so that schools and gun-free school zones allow teachers who qualify and are licensed to carry their firearms in defense of themselves and in defense of others. The number of school shootings has been rising, and there are mentally ill people who are attacking more and more schools over and over again. And teachers and schools are not currently well enough prepared to prevent or stop these attacks at all. However, with the proper training and the use of concealed firearms, they would be. Schools do not allow individuals to carry firearms in school zones, but changing the law would allow teachers who are legally licensed to carry and to save lives. And until then, please take into consideration the information you have heard today for reasons on why qualifying teachers should be allowed to carry concealed firearms. These school shootings should never happen, so please support those who want to stop them.